All right, let's dive right into this explainer because today we are looking at a tool that is fundamentally going to change how you interact with your business data. I mean, think about it. Every single business today is sitting on an absolute goldmine of information. We're talking sales figures, customer records, property listings, payments. It's all in there somewhere. But actually getting to it, well, that is usually a completely different story. So today we're going to unlock that goldmine and put it quite literally right at your fingertips.
You know the everyday problem we all face? When someone actually needs an answer to a pressing business question, what usually happens? They wait. They wait for a data analyst who is already completely swamped with a backlog of requests. Or they wait for a custom dashboard to be built. Or, honestly, even worse, they export this massive clunky file, watch that little loading wheel spin with absolute dread, open up a spreadsheet, and just squint at thousands of rows and columns trying to find the one single number that actually matters. The data exists, but the answer is locked behind time, complicated tools, and technical skills. It's incredibly frustrating. But what if that gap between having a question in your head and seeing the answer on your screen simply disappeared? What if anyone could just ask?
Well, that brings us to a really fascinating new approach. Meet AI Hunters QA. This is a universal report generator for AI and business intelligence, and its entire philosophy can be summed up in this one absolutely crucial tagline: connect any source, ask in plain language, get your report. It's a true paradigm shift. It completely eliminates that analyst bottleneck we just talked about. You don't get a messy spreadsheet to decode, you get a real answer written out for you or drawn for you as an interactive dashboard pretty much instantly. The whole process replaces all of that legacy technical friction with a super straightforward three-step conversational flow. Step 1, you securely link your cloud apps or local files. Step 2, you just type what you want to know in plain language, and we're talking English, Hindi, Thai, Bengali, you name it. And Step 3, you immediately get a crisp written summary right alongside a live interactive dashboard. It is really that clean and that direct. Okay, let's break down that setup a little bit more. It all starts with the connection. Using their desktop connector, you simply point the system at the source of your business data. This could be data living up in the cloud, or it could literally just be local files sitting on a computer right there in your office. You choose exactly which parts of that data you want to make available for questioning, and you're done. Seriously, there is no massive data migration project required to get this up and running. Now, I know exactly what you are probably thinking right now. If I'm connecting my highly sensitive business data to an AI tool, is it actually safe? And the answer is a definitive yes. When you use that desktop connector, your information never actually leaves your own machine. All the heavy lifting happens locally, and only the answer to your question travels back to the app. Plus, and this is big, it is 100% read-only. The system only ever reads your data to give you an answer. It never alters, never deletes, and never changes anything in your source files. You maintain total privacy control. Once you're connected, the magic really happens. You open the web app, and you just see a simple chat box. You don't need to know SQL, you don't need to learn some complex query language or spend hours building pivot tables. You literally just type your question exactly as you would ask a colleague sitting right next to you. What were total sales last quarter? Which agents closed the most deals? Or simply, show me revenue by city for 2024. You hit send, the system understands your intent, grabs the data, and just hands you the answer. But here is where things get really wild. How this tool completely shatters language barriers. In this example, a user is asking for a comparison of agent sales between 2023 and 2024, but they are asking entirely in Hindi. And the tool doesn't just awkwardly translate an English chart. No, it returns a fully localized written summary and a comparative bar chart with all the key insights and labels natively in Hindi. It identifies the top performers and the biggest drops completely in the user's preferred language. Let's look at how this builds across borders. Imagine you have a teammate working out of another global office. They can jump into the exact same database and ask about monthly transaction trends from 2023 to 2024. But this time, they do it entirely in Bengali. And boom, they instantly get a detailed breakdown at the highest and lowest performing months, along with the average monthly sales, perfectly summarized in Bengali script. And just to really drive this point home, here's a query looking for the top 5 sales agents of 2024, asked and answered in Thai. The system lists out the top agents, Agent 1, Agent 5, Agent 3, with their exact sales figures, along with a written insight highlighting the performance gap between the top and bottom agents. For global teams and multi-country businesses, this is a huge deal. It means reporting is absolutely no longer an English-only privilege. Everyone gets to ask questions and the words that come most naturally to them. Moving on to 2 ways to see your answer: text and dashboards.
Okay, so now that we know how easy it is to ask, let's talk about how you actually view those answers. If a user asks to see total sales for 2024 for rentals and wants it formatted with a pie chart, they instantly get two things. On the top, you get a crisp, beautifully written summary highlighting that total rental sales hit approximately 19.5 million. It's literally the perfect paragraph to just copy and paste straight into an email to your boss. But right below that, you have a live, interactive pie chart. This isn't just a static JPEG image. You can hover over it, click into the house segment showing 6.2 million, or the apartment segment, and actually drill down into the underlying details. It's a boardroom-ready dashboard generated in seconds. And remember, this works across virtually any data you have. Think about it. Most reporting tools force you to work within their specific walled gardens, or they only map to a handful of specific software brands. AI Hunter's QA is entirely source agnostic. Whether it's your accounting systems, your inventory records, sales databases, property listings, or even custom operational databases, you can connect to it. You don't have to move your data to a new platform and just pray the formatting holds up. You leave it right where it is and layer this plain language questioning right on top of it.
Next up, the Claude Integration. Meet data where you work. Up until now, we've been looking at the dedicated AI Hunter's QA web app, but the developers added a custom integration for Anthropic's Claude that is, frankly, genuinely groundbreaking for everyday workflows. If you are already inside Claude, say you're writing emails, planning a marketing campaign, or strategizing, you don't have to break your flow to go find data. A user can ask Claude directly for a sales difference comparison, and Claude reaches securely into the system to pull the exact same safe, read-only, interactive dashboard directly in line into your chat conversation. It literally meets you exactly where you already work. So let's take a step back and really compare the reality of this paradigm shift. The old way of doing things meant waiting on other people. It meant exporting those clunky CSV files, spending weeks learning specialized BI tools, and manually building dashboards that were honestly out of date the minute you published them. AI Hunter's QA replaces all of that with a very simple proposition. Ask your data a question in plain language and get an instant, accurate answer. No one else in the space is offering this universal, private, multilingual approach that spans both a standalone web app and native Claude integration. So who is this actually for? Well, it's for anyone who has pressing questions but lacks the time or technical skills to dig for the answers themselves. It completely empowers founders who need a sudden pulse check on revenue at 11 p.m. on a Sunday. It helps operations leads who need to instantly look up supply chain bottlenecks. It's amazing for analysts who want to skip the tedious data pulling busy work and jump straight to high-level strategy. And it is absolutely incredible for agency consultants who want to offer their clients a transparent, plain language window directly into campaign performance. Let's wrap up by coming back to where we started, to the absolute core promise here. Connect any source, ask in plain language, get your report. It is a universal report generator that strips away all the technical barriers standing between you and the insights you already own. The data is already yours, now the answers are too. So I guess the only question left for you is, what is the very first thing you are going to ask your data?